Thanks for joining us for National Focus. I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Coming up, Parliament to convene on a Monday, Indonesia to improve bilateral relations with Dominica, and the DFC announces World Creole Music Festival 4 months ahead of the show. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Think water, think life. Water refreshes, restores, cleans, and enhances growth. Potable water is a benchmark for development. DOWASCO is serious about its mandate to ensure easy access to potable water island-wide and provide sewage services for a cleaner environment. DOWASCO is your water and sewage company.
Thanks for staying with us. The 11th meeting of the first session of the 9th Parliament gets underway at the House of Assembly on Monday. At that meeting, the Honorable Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, will introduce a bill for an act to provide a framework to aid in the resolution of the insolvency of a British American Insurance Company Limited and the Clico International Life Insurance Company Limited by means of a plans of arrangement. The Honorable Minister for Justice, Immigration and National Security, Reuben Blackmore, will introduce a bill for an act to amend the Money Laundering Prevention Act as well as the Proceeds of Crime Act. At Monday's meeting, the Honorable Minister for Education and Human Resource Development, Peter Serja, will present to Parliament the audited statements of receipts and payments in respect to the Education Trust Fund for the period January 1st, 2014 to December 31st, 2014. The Honorable Minister for Information, Kelva Daru, will also present to Parliament the 2013 report for the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission. Monday's meeting begins at 10 a.m. and will be carried live on GIS. New Indonesian Ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Mohamed Lutfi Witoeng, hopes to advance bilateral communication between the Republic of Indonesia and the Commonwealth of Dominica. On Monday, the President of Dominica, His Excellency Charles Savre, received the letter of credence issued by Indonesia's President, His Excellency Joko Widodo, for the new Indonesian ambassador. Accompanied by other dignitaries, the non-resident ambassador, who will be stationed in Venezuela, visited Dominica's president for the first time at the State House. He conveyed the warm regards and good wishes of the Indonesian government and the people to His Excellency Charles Savre and the people of Dominica.
I would also like to extend my sincere appreciation to Your Excellency and Minister of Foreign Affairs and Curriculum Affairs for the warm welcome and the hospitality accorded to me and my wife as well to my delegation since our arrival in this beautiful city of Rosario. And Your Excellency, I am pleased to note that in general, Indonesian government and Commonwealth of Dominica share a wide range and issues of common concern. At the same time, many areas of cooperation could potentially to be developed. Excellency, as the new ambassador to the Commonwealth of Dominica, I sincerely hope that bilateral cooperation between the two countries could continue to flourish, not only for benefit of our people, but also part of our contribution toward great peace, stability, and prosperity around the world.
During the ambassador's visit, His Excellency Savre voiced his hope that the 30-day visa waiver for Dominicans to Indonesia will soon be extended.
We welcome the news that the Dominican nationals who are holders of ordinary passports who wish to visit the Republic of Indonesia for up to 30 days will no longer be required to have a visa. It is my sincere hope that during Your Excellency's tenure, the agreement will be extended to facilitate travel to the Republic of Indonesia for Dominican nationals who wish to visit for longer periods. These initiatives will significantly improve travel by Dominicans to and from the Republic of Indonesia and of Indonesian nationals wishing to visit Dominica, and thereby provide the opportunity for greater benefits to be derived from our two countries' rich and diverse cultures. Your Excellency, our partnership with your country in the international arena can be counted upon, and we look forward to providing continued support for the candidacy of the Republic of Indonesia to various international bodies in appropriate circumstances.
The new ambassador also made a courtesy call on the Honorable Acting Prime Minister Reuben Blackmore on Monday. Honorable Blackmore indicated that the Dominica Labour Party administration places tremendous emphasis on education. He reiterated the Prime Minister's vision for a university graduate in every household.
Some of the courses require a lot of contribution from our students. So we're looking for further cooperation whereby full scholarships can be offered to our students. But we have a situation whereby, like we can have like full scholarships, fully sponsored. Like what obtains, like for example, Cuba offers us full scholarships, China, etc. So if we could get to a point where you could offer, similar programs, similar conditions, it would be actually more attractive for students to actually apply.
Head of Protocol and Consular Section responded to Honorable Blackmore's call for greater scholarship opportunities.
But I think because there are less participants,
yes,
and the Jakarta is the next, I think the recent year,
yeah,
they said that because there is no participations from Dominica, and then they decided to just give the half scholarship.
Yes.
So we have, instead of like Dharma Siswa,
yeah,
there is another one, it's called BSBI, which is, it's a full scholarship, okay, for a college at the level of college.
Yes, yeah.
The new Indonesian ambassador to Dominica will also serve Venezuela, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Trinidad and Tobago. The 19th edition of Dominica's World Creole Music Festival will be officially launched on Wednesday, 22nd June 2016 at the Anchorage Hotel. Last year, what would have been the 19th edition was cancelled due to the passage of Tropical Storm Erica. Chief Executive Officer of the Discover Dominica Authority, Colin Piper, hopes that patrons will be pleasantly surprised with this year's lineup.
I think the Dominican people are ready. We've had Carnival, we've had Jazz, and now we have World Creole Music Festival, the first since the postponement or the cancellation in 2015. So what we want to do is just get out there and give people every reason to come to Dominica. And I think that as Dominicans ourselves, we all need to evangelize that it's happening, it's here, the lineup is great. Come for one night, come for 3 nights, come for not only the festival, but everything that's happening around the festival, exactly, leading up into the independence.
Piper revealed that a rigorous preparation has been ongoing since the storm in 2015.
The band selection committee has been meeting since November 17th. to come up with a number of names that of artists that are available. As you know, last year we had worked with some artists, and so we need to look at the terms and conditions and see if everybody can come back, who we need to come back based on the programming and some of the things we're trying to do differently. But I believe that everybody will be pleasantly surprised with the and happy with the lineup. That will be officially announced on Wednesday the 22nd at 7 p.m. when we do the launching.
When asked about the involvement of local bands and artists, this is what Piper had to say.
We have about 18 artists that are supposed to perform, and close to 40% of those artists are local. Okay, so we continue to increase the percentage, but again, it must be relevant. It must be relevant, and so I think that's implicit in the Prime Minister's comments as well, that your product must be of a high standard and in keeping with what an international audience would want to see. And so that too are the standards to which we are holding the local bands, that when you come and perform, you have to bring your A game.
The World Creole Music Festival will be held from October 28th to 30th, 2016. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
In the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Welcome back. Chief Executive Officer of the Discover Dominica Authority and the Director of Tourism, Colin Piper, is stating that Dominica's yachting industry will benefit from more moorings being installed on island. He was speaking during an exclusive interview with the GIS News on Tuesday.
And what is really important about that project is it's a project being facilitated through PAYS, the Portsmouth Association of Yacht Services, along with some of their benefactors, people who have come to Dominica over the years and who are taking a keen interest in them and the whole yachting industry, and then further supported by the Ministry of Tourism. So it's a great public-private sector partnership initiative, and to facilitate the infrastructure as it relates to yachting in the north. I mean, we have all seen Prince Rupert Bay at times where there's 80 plus yachts there, and most of those yachts would anchor. And what we're trying to do now is put down moorings where you can have the buoys that come up, and so there we will reduce on any damage that is done to the seabed and the coral in that area. So that's the intent of the mooring project. I think the intention is to have somewhere between 25 to 50 moorings go down, and I think it's a continuous process. Once the hurricane season is done, that will be the high season for yachting, and the intention is to get that project done before then.
Earlier this year, the Ministry of Tourism collaborated with the Dominica Marine Association, the Portsmouth Association of Yacht Security, and Offshore Passage Opportunities for Yachty Appreciation Week. The event was meant to spread the word of the new and improved yacht moorings to be installed across the island. In other news, Director of Tourism Colin Piper is reporting great benefits to Dominica from discussions held at the first Caribbean Aviation Meetup Conference hosted in Dominica earlier this month. From June 13th to 16th, the Government of Dominica, through the Ministry of Tourism and the Discover Dominica Authority, hosted the 3-day regional conference, which drew regional and international speakers and guests, as well as representatives of the International Monetary Fund, the Caribbean Development Bank, and the Caribbean Tourism Association. The intention was to bring like-minded people to discuss matters of aviation with a view to strategizing a better air access to the region. Piper says discussion surrounded the use of private jets, training in the industry, and route rights. The tourism director says Dominica was able to grasp some of the concepts from the conference, especially the use of the Canefield Airport to increase commercial activity in Roseau.
The benefit to Dominica was that in a number of the examples, Dominica would have been utilized, and so we got some ideas. At the end of it, DASPA has taken the lead on what was proposed for Canefield, because that was a specific study. To a man, I can say that all the experts that went to Canefield realized the importance of Canefield and feel that if there was more commercial activity, that it would augur well for the destination because of its proximity to Roseau, and in particular the business people. So I'm sure that's something DASPA will take on board. There were suggestions about really trying to get the OECS and the CARICOM to look at the tax structure for pricing. As we mentioned, there was discussion about Canefield. Winair featured at the conference because they took the opportunity to re-announce their interline agreement with British Airways that would facilitate flights coming through Antigua.
He says the conference also brought exposure to the island as a destination that is serious about solving aviation challenges. He is hoping that the regional and international conference participants will bring awareness to the island's efforts in that regard. Piper says moving forward, the Ministry of Tourism intends to create a database of participants of the conference and outline the outcomes anticipated from discussions. He says the dialogue about easier air access to Dominica will continue.
The business of aviation plans in 2- and 3-year cycles. So even if we come up with a great idea to chat with the people and get all the details and get all the certification and get the approvals, and you know, it's going to take some time. This is something that we've been working on since the last conference we had in 2012. We've continuously been working on things. And so what you see happening now is as a result of work happening on the ground, and we will use this now as input to continue the process of working to improve air access into Dominica.
It's important to be aware of your hurricane shelters, especially since we are in the hurricane season. In the South, Grand Bay, your hurricane shelters are the Gospel Mission Church, where the managers are Alec Athanze and Steve Alakdor, the Community Center, lower floor, managed by Rodney Lockhart and Avondale Shillingford, the Pentecostal Church, managed by Leota DeRouche and Wellinkers Tavernier, and the Grand Bay Primary, managed by Simmert Henry and Davidson Henry. Tedmon, your hurricane shelters are the Resource Center, managed by Lemuel John Lewis and Claudia Thomas, and the Gospel Mission Church, managed by Julia John and Renelson Bellot. Pishley, your hurricane shelters are the Community Center, managed by Anne-Marie Lewis and Thomas Letang, the House of Joachim Paquette, managed by Joachim Paquette and Philomen Paquette, and the House of Pastor Jack Leatham, managed by Jack Leatham and Richard Bellot. Bagatelle, your hurricane shelters are the Government School, managed by Andrea St. Hilaire and Angela Gregoire, the Catholic Church, managed by Bernard Henderson, the Bagatelle Resource Center, managed by Nesford Charles and Derrickson Fontaine, and the Baptist Church, managed by Pastor Elvis Francis. Belle-Bishopé, your hurricane shelters are the Government School, managed by Gavin Laville and Verlina Maxime, and the Baptist Church, managed by Franklin Mitchell and Audrey Morancy. For the entire list of hurricane shelters, visit our website, news.gov.dm, under the announcements. Coming up next, your Creole highlights with McPherson St. Luce.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, membre parlement pour Kalinago, Honorable Cassius Darrow, qui a gardé d'ouvrant pour Resource Center Salibia ouvert tout de suite. Si l'on ministre Darrow, faciliter ça là pour un service bas communauté là.
Nous avons fait ça, nous avons fait pour faire certains qui projet ça là, nous commission project ça là. Parce que structure ça nous avons là, il est déjà là pour combien de temps actuellement? Et commencer à contracter si pendant temps, monsieur Kelly Grano était là. Monsieur Ashton Grando passé, il fait pour dire ouais commencer à implémenter, mais nous les fini voir qui produit ça là, nous a commissionné pour ça serve raison pour que nous fait. Nous avons gardé, si vous observez, nous avons fait un nettoyage loin, nous avons gardé pour tout de suite, at least pour mois juillet, pour nous a commissionné pour ça là, parce que il y a deux bouts là, petit bois là déjà, nous pour mettre en use. Ça c'est peut-être une plus belle structure à Dominique, chaque fois passé qui semble comme si c'était tourist attraction qui là, il y aura deux bouts de porter. Mais purpose là,
faciliter là qui servent pour plaisir bagaille.
Nous pour make sure que ce purpose là, nous des enfants qui ont l'école pour ça apprendre early childhood education, il y a dans là, pas d'ailleurs là nous avons post office là, pas dans notre conference room là, ça va être avec ça, mon ça vini avec notre conference là. Pour ça il y a une structure ça là qui fait, il y a fait place à garder plus belle, mais nous pour utiliser plus. Par exemple, mais tout de suite nous avons nous avons déjà saison mauvais temps. Nous avons tapé les antidents, par exemple, pour mettre storage, pareil comme ça, pour si un cas mauvais temps hit nous. Nous avons l'école là, pas derrière là aussi, qui est vraiment important, nous avons multipurpose usage pour ces facilités ça là.
À la nouvelle département quarantine que tout de suite voit avancement en l'occasion là-bas. Département là tenait service en consultant qui était en Dominique où là il fait recommandation manière pour officier département là travail plus formidable. Si le chef département là Ryan Ansem projet ça là qui tombé en bas OECS et puis assistant de l'European Union. Et des raisons pour projet là, c'est pour avancer là pour joindre standard international.
OECS, qui travaille avec OECS pays pour aider ces pays à faire ça en anglais en quality infrastructure pour l'abzu. Ça qu'a dit c'est yo ka travailler avec nous pour aider nous faire bagaille meilleur en lab là. Vous savez Dominique c'est un pays qui a voué manger l'autre pays, nous ka export bagaille. Ces gens là qui recevent les bagages, nous les bagages là sans maladie, sans bitin. So nous ni pour ni lab là pour nous faire analysis là pour dire ces gens là manger yo ka manger safe avec nous faire test là avec nous ça dit yo lab nous ça fait ces tests là. So nous tenons un consultant avec OECS KP consultant, ça là c'est un OECS project là il y a pas seulement Dominique mais un pays OECS là pour manger système là nous dans lab là pour nous bailler en quality assurance bitin pour nous garder comment nous faire bagaille mais en lab là.
Un nouvel ambassadeur Cuba pour Dominique, His Excellency Juan Carlos Fometa de la Rosa, qui a créé un étudiant qui reçoit un scholarship pour étudier en Cuba, pour servir l'opportunité là et puis bâtir Dominique. Ambassadeur de la Rosa fait parole pendant la cérémonie, on a ces étudiants là signé un contrat pour voyager Cuba étudier. Et de ça, c'est contribution Cuba pour la Dominique. Docteur qui travaille en l'hôpital Neuf Princess Margaret, pendant ingénieur qui travaille en bagage infrastructure. Et aussi complimenter le ministre Santé et puis Éducation pour embrasser ce programme-là. De la Rosa dit même si Cuba ni un challenge, il y a fait une contribution bien significante pour le développement économique. Et puis finalement, l'occasion ICT qui est établie en State College Dominique, c'est un beau projet. Parole ça là sorti du ministre Telecoms, Honorable Kelvin Darrow. Faciliter ça là qui fait provision pour moun avancer en secteur télécommunication.
Ça c'est un bon projet. Nous tous savons actuellement c'est technologically age là. So ça c'est un projet qui n'est pour mettre Dominique plus haut en information technology. Et puis c'est moun hot place Saint Luce, Antigua, tous les places hot Caribbean là. Yo ça venir hot Dominique pour y taper hot training ça là. Ça c'est un specialized training. Un specialized training. So là où finit training ça là, où ça tape un job hot ICT tous les places. Et puis ça c'est un bon bité pour Dominique.
Vous voyez que c'est un point d'avantage, oui.
Oui, moi je dis j'aime pour point d'avantage. Si vous pas faire ça d'accord, personne pas ça faire bah. So on peut venir hot center là, on peut si on est friends, mener yo, et puis nous allons yo training ça là, et puis là vous fini, yo ça fait final job.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour Nouvelle Creole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Saint-Luce. Au revoir.
Before we leave, here are some announcements. All residents of Mont Daniel are invited to a meeting to discuss a community enterprise and other developmental activities on Saturday, 18th June 2016 at 4:30 p.m. at the junction of the Cable and Wireless Building. Come one, come all. Young women from the northern and southern eastern districts who are interested in taking part in the Miss Wobduyet competition in October 2016 are asked to contact the Division of Culture via telephone 449-1804, email culturaldivision@dominica.gov.dm, or visit its offices at the Old Mill Cultural Center during normal working hours. Interested persons may also contact the district development officers of their districts. Registration is now open for the Madame Wobduyet competition 2016. Women 55 years and above interested in taking part are asked to contact the Division of Culture via telephone 449-1804, Email culturaldivision@dominica.gov.dm or visit its offices at the Old Mill Cultural Center during normal working hours. Interested persons may also contact the district development officers of their districts. Hurricanes are scary and dangerous, especially for young children. Here are tips for parents and other caregivers on how to help children during a hurricane. 1. Limit TV time. Intense media coverage of disasters can frighten young children and disturb teenagers. 2. Listen. Find out your child's concerns about the situation. Children often cannot give meaning to a dangerous situation. Begin a dialogue to help them gain a basic understanding that's appropriate for their age. And 3. Comfort. Let them know that their safety is your top priority. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter @GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I'm Kerdisha. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.